guys, this is Carrie, Fullerton Professional Organizing. Now today I'm talking about someone I discovered named Jennifer Maker from jennifermaker.com, and in this section of jennifermaker.com, she talks about all the craft storage solutions for all different budgets. And she says when she first started crafting, she would go to the craft store and she would buy her crafts and she would use her kitchen table. So she always kept all of her supplies in the bag that she purchased the craft supplies in to keep it kind of portable because she was using the kitchen table. Well, she kind of outgrew that and then graduated to a cardboard box. And she said, if you don't have a big budget, a cardboard box works fine. Just cut off the flaps that fold to and cut them to fit inside the box as box dividers, kind of like a drawer divider, but dividers for the box. And then you can segregate all of your craft supplies into the box and keep them organized. And then she says she graduated to craft totes. She said, now one she mentioned, I think she mentioned Abigail, she mentioned Madison, but I could not find them on the Michaels website. They may still have them, but I couldn't find them from the links that she had. So, but nevertheless, there are different craft totes and there are different rolling craft totes that will suit every crafter's need. And the great thing about those is they have a lot of different pockets. And she also mentioned that craft caddy, those are the kinds with the handles, but they'll sit on your desk or your table top, and then they're plastic and they can hold all the markers and pens and stuff like that, and you can move that around because it has a handle. So she says, now one thing you can do if the only thing you have a budget for is a sturdy cardboard box is take the flaps off, just cut them with a craft knife and create a divided storage inside your craft box itself. Inside your craft box itself, so you can put things into specific places and they don't fall over on top of each other and get all mixed up and jumbled up. It's very low cost solution, and most of us have started there, which is true. When I first got married and I organized my home, I used a lot of boxes when I started organizing at home. So then she talks about the handy tote. She says, we go to the handy tote. All of us have them. We store our holiday decorations in them, our extra stuff, all the stuff we want to get put away, we put into these totes. And I certainly moved from cardboard box to totes. Just first it was one and then it was many. So then she wound up having lots and lots of totes stacked on top of each other. And she says, so that's an option. And then she talks about scrapbook case. A scrapbook case is really awesome because they're smaller. You can stack them and you can take just the case that you want when you're working on a project. These are great for project cases. Now, I have seen similar cases used for sewing, and they called them, they were for their projects that were unfinished project boxes. That way, all their crafts stayed in that box, and it stayed in there when they were doing the project, and then they just put the lid on and put it away, and they could take it out in and out, and still have everything needed for each project in the container. So it was nice and convenient. And then she talks about a craft keeper. She says another really fun solution is something, a craft keeper. It's a big plastic case, but inside are smaller cases. So you can organize everything by category in the little smaller cases that fit into the big plastic uh, keeper. She says, I have a lot of other storage solutions that I want to show you. I'm going to show you some caddies. I'm going to show you 3-tiered carts, which are very popular. Many people use them. Then we're going to go up from there to storage carts, and everything's on wheels once we get to this point. Drawer carts as well. So any cart that has a drawer, they often have a surface on the top so you can do a little crafting, all the way up to the craft organizing furniture that is your portable, always portable, which includes this table, the sewing station, a sewing station, all the way to her dream box. Now, caddies and baskets. Uh, Caddies and baskets are something simple, like, we talked about the caddy, which is probably intended for utensils, or even a decorated item works great because it's got a handle. The caddy can be moved from table to table. You can also take a basket and just put some paper towel rolls in there to organize stuff so that everything stands up in a basket. She talks about, the craft tote, and then the rolling craft tote that I already told you a little bit about. Um, and she mentioned that the tote was Abigail brand, and the rolling tote was Madison brand, and you can probably still find them. I just wasn't able to find them with the links that she provided, but she did buy them at Michael's. And then the 3-tiered cart. I have three-tiered carts, and I love them. But those are great for organizing. And then she says Michael's has another one, which I was able to find, and it's $59. And it has pegboard and hooks and baskets all attached to the craft cart. So it will hold even more items. And I really, really, really love that. I wish they sold just the accessory so I could add it to my craft cart. And there's also a board, or it looks more like a cutting board, but it can go on the top of the rolling cart so that you can have a flat surface to do your crafts on if you don't have a actual table. So I thought that was really great. And then she talks about some other rolling carts that are not the 3-tiered metal rolling cart per se. These are made out of that pressed board with the white laminate on them. But most of them also have little tables that lift up and fold down so that you have a little craft space to work on. But let's see. Okay, the 3-tiered cart and a whole lot of extra. All right, so this is the 3-tiered cart as well. It has all the accessory pieces on it, like I told you. Places to put ribbon, tape on the side. It's got a removable peg board with lots of built-in hooks that you can readjust to where you want. It's got a removable marker holder on the side. It's got a place to put long tubes of wrapping paper or craft paper or whatever, as well as some hooks on the side as well. So it's got quite a bit more for when you need just a little more stuff, when you want to hold a little bit more stuff on the three-tiered cart. And that one, that link did work, like I said, or either that or I looked for craft cart. But anyway, if you look for three-tiered craft cart, these will pop up. This link that she had happens to be, I believe, Michael's, and I really really love that one. It's really great, and you can install the top tier upside down, so you can use that as a flat surface, but that will affect all the accessories that are on it. So you might want to just figure out how you can best configure the cart for your needs. And then, like I said, now we go on to some of these other storage cart solutions. She has one. It's a storage solution that are purpose built. So it's got ribbon, tape, spool holders, big roll holder, which might be great for craft paper or something like that. This would have a great art caddy. One of the things that's cool about some of these is the flip up work surface. Um, let's see here. Then there's a swivel cart. It's a little different. This one has got some cool features. It has lots of little shelves on one side, and then on the other side it has like a door that opens up with some more shelves, and then you can close it, and then those little shelves are hidden on the inside. So if you have stuff that you don't want kids to get into, that might be a great solution there. It's got hidden secret, so it swivels, and it swivels out, just swivels out, and then it has the little shelves. When you're done, you can just swivel it back into place, and it's got a little magnetic catch, and then it's got a place on the other side for hooks. Craft storage drawers. There are caddies out. There are rolling organizers that are just drawers, specifically drawers. So she has three different types. They're really quite reasonable. There's lots of different ways to use this, but of course, the important part is that they have casters, so they're portable and they roll around. Now, I know they used to have some at Sam's Club. They are a little bit rickety, but if you're just, using them to pull out and pull back in place, they'll work really good for you. And all of these solutions can be used for portable offices or portable home school areas as well. She says she really is a big fan of the IKEA Alexa drawers, but this little rolling craft cart has three shallow drawers, so it will only hold small stuff, but at least it has drawers. And then there's one that's all drawers. Uh, she uses the ones that has multiple drawers for her sewing, because each drawer can just come right out, and you can take it to your sewing area and then put it back. So I really like that, because that's really how you stay organized, is if you can pull out the whole little container that your tools and crafts are in, and then take it with you to the table, put everything back from the table, and then just go put that whole bin up. It really helps you organize, instead of going to the bin and getting stuff and then putting it back and then getting stuff and then having to put it back. If it's something that you can take one bin at a time and have it, or if it's on wheels and you roll the whole thing and then put everything back and roll the whole thing back, it's just so much more convenient to keep things tidy. So She uses several different types of rolling carts with drawers, and of course you can find all those anywhere and find the one that fits your needs perfectly. It's portable craft storage. It embodies everything about what you need in a portable craft storage space, because you can both store your crafts there and craft too, because it has the flip up table, like I said, most of them do. And now, here's going to some of the really more expensive, and the Dream Cart. Those are a little bit more expensive, but it's very, very narrow. It's probably the size of a some cubes going straight up and down, and then it has folding tables on the side, so it's real narrow and it fits in a real narrow space. But when you pull it out to use it, it has the wings to make a very large working surface. So that is also great because it doesn't take up a lot of room. Of course, you do need, room for when you're using it as a full table. So that's really, really cool. And then she's got one that is a sewing station, and it is the sewing machine is stored at the bottom, and then there's a little button where the sewing machine pops up. You can use it, and then there's also that folding table on the other side, so you can pick it up and you can use it for sewing. It keeps your whatever you're sewing from falling onto the floor, or you can use it as a sewing workstation. And then you push the button and the sewing machine goes back down. You can push the whole thing out of the way. And then there's the Dream Box, which is one of those big, huge armoires on wheels. But the great thing is it opens all the way up. Now, this is a $3,000 outfit. It opens all the way up, and I would love to have one of those. It's so awesome. But it opens all the way up, and you can keep all your crafts. Now, it has clear bins, and some people love the clear bins because you can see everything you have stored in every little space. But then some don't like the way it looks cluttered. Some people feel that looks cluttered, so they have colored paper that they put in, so you can't see what's in every little drawer. So it just depends on me. If what's in the drawers looks nice and pretty when it's in the drawers, then I don't mind see-through. But if it looks cluttered, I like to put paper so you can't see what's in it, and then just label it so you'll remember what's in it. And I like having just about all the same color, because too many colors is a little too vibrant for me. But some like making every drawer a different color, and polka dots, and you can decorate it any way you want. And then what I love about it is once it also has a table that folds up when not in use. And then you can just close the whole Dream Box up, and it just looks like an armoire. If you have it in a guest room and you have it open every day for crafting, and then at the end of crafting and you have a guest coming, you can close everything up and no one will even know that is used as your craft room. So neat, so great. I love it so much. It is not really in my budget. So what I have done in my craft room is I bought 4 Walmart shelves, and I attached them all together with hinges, and I put casters on them so that I could use it just like a Dream Box and then close it up just like a Dream Box. But the difference is you're limited to the shelves that those Walmart bookshelves have, where the Dream Box has all kinds of little bins and stuff. I really love it. But my version was a lot less expensive, and it works for me. And I was even able to cut a piece of wood and cover it with contact paper and use it as my table. And I found an old camera stand that no longer a client was no longer using, and I had all my own camera stands and light stands, so I didn't need it, and I used it just to give it some extra sturdiness on the end, and that I can pull that whole table out and fold that whole cabinet up, and it looks like a pretty armoire. Now you can tell it's a DIY project. I mean, just because it has some imperfections, but the great thing is I was able to fold it up, and I have hooks on the front where I have these pretty wreaths, so it looks beautiful. It works for me. And guys, that's the end of this podcast. I will leave links to Jennifer Maker's blog and Instagram in the description. And I will see you on the next podcast. Thank you so much for watching and so much for listening.